views and opinions expressed on the following program are those of the hosts and guests, and not necessarily those of the staff or management of alltalkradio.net.
Wow, you're just waking up? It's the afternoon. Well, you're in luck. We've got a show for you. Now here's your hosts, Tiffany Masters and Michael Sartain.
That's right. We made it another week. Nobody's gone to jail. Everything is worked out. And one thing that my man George over here continues to let me know is that we are not monitored by the FCC. So do you know something awesome that we can do that other shows can't do?
And what would that be?
We can do this.
Yes, we can.
Is this a Corona? It sure is. There we go. It's Woman Crush Wednesday, and one of my best friends is here. This is Amanda Lomaju. We are waiting for Tiffany to call in from Burning Man on her Iridium sat phone. So we're not positive when or how she's going to be able to get through. We talked to her maybe about 5 minutes ago. She is suffering out there. It's 120 degrees. She's been spending days with the guy that she met on OkCupid. She met a guy on OkCupid, and their first date, he got in an RV, and he took her out to Burning Man. And she's spending 7 days with this guy. So I cannot wait to hear the stories. Amanda, she's new to the show, so just get an understanding. This show is about social media and dating, right?
Wonderful.
And so it's always we try to. So Tiffany and I are different demographics. We're different, obviously different genders, and so we debate a lot about different ideas of dating. When some of the funniest things that I see as far as social media and dating come specifically from you. Right, so when I did a video called "Signs That You Might Be a Creeper." It's on michaelsartain.com. You can find it up there. A lot of those screenshots of the dudes just hitting girls up like 50 times on the different platforms, Facebook, Instagram, whatever. A lot of them came from Amanda. She gave me a lot of inspiration for that because she has creeper game. She has creeper game. Like besides being a wonderful articulate woman, she also knows how to get the creepers to come after her. So that's the reason. One of the reasons why I had her on the show is because some of the difficulties that you deal with. You told me the other day you had somebody hit you up on Kick and say that somebody had stole your account. What happened?
It's another fake profile, by the way. The guy that hit me up is the fake profile.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. Every week it's a different fake profile. Oh, here we go. Wait, we might have Tiffany. Hold on.
Okay.
Is this Tiffany on Skype? Tiffany, we love you. Are you alive?
Yes, we are live.
Yes.
I've located everybody so far, too, so it's good.
So
we're here, and we are live from Burning Man 2014.
Yes.
I get the whole thing about burning. It's fucking hot.
Oh, okay. Another thing we can do, because we're not FCC regulated, is say the F word. So that's awesome. Keep going, girl. So what else is going on? Tell me about Burning Man. I've never been.
In a city where there are no rules. I am currently looking at, actually, when we pulled up in the RV, it was amazing because we got right in, and a guy greeted us butt naked with purple hair. I was like, oh, my God, that was our welcoming, a butt-naked man. And he's like, everyone says, welcome home. And they hug you. Have you ever had a stranger that's naked just walk up and hug you?
Yes, I did, and because I was at an insane asylum one time, and they came outside, and they had no. I have never had that happen, actually, in my life. That's awesome, though.
So we get in here Saturday night. I am with Segway Las Vegas and a 72 Winnebago baby. We rolled up in this and own in the city. And so we've got the Segways, decorating them, all blinged out with strobe lights and glow sticks. It's so amazing. You got to have, Michael, this is so my thing. You need a costume for the day and costume at night.
Okay, so
I believe Skrillex is playing here tonight.
Oh, okay.
Isn't
So
that one of your
I have
favorites,
two
baby?
questions. First off, I hate you. I did not know Skrillex was there because I looked at the schedule. I didn't see him at all. But here's two things I want to know. Number one, did you go see Biggie and Tupac? I believe they have holograms for Biggie and Tupac. Did you see that?
I don't think Biggie and Tupac are playing until this weekend yet, honey, but I will look.
Okay.
Right now, there was a torrential storm.
I saw that.
Day one coming in here.
Yes,
It flooded
we saw that.
everything. They closed the gates. Burning Man closed down, generators down, and made people wait at the gate up to 24 hours.
Okay, so now that leads to question number two. You're with a dude that you just met in the RV. How is that going? Everybody wants to know. How is that whole thing going?
Everybody wants to know. You know, I did. and
You
I
already
am
answered it. It
doing
took you
what
too
I-
long. It took you too long. It took you
just
too
did.
long. It took you too long to
No,
answer.
These are to my fans out there, Michael.
Okay.
I say bucket and do it. I did it, and I
my
have no
God.
regrets. We are friends. He's safe, and I think I just met a new best friend for the rest of my life. This is one of those places that you'll absolutely go to. You can end up hating somebody and like move into somebody else's place, or you can just really bond and be with this moment. It's awkward. He's sober like you, Michael.
He's sober.
He won't accept a beer from me though.
Yes. Well, I just gave Amanda a beer here on the air, and the other question I
Yeah,
want.
Amanda, you're one of me, girlfriend. Go.
We're trying to open it.
Hey, so it sounds like you're living in utopia right now. Everybody just shares, and they're naked, and everyone's happy and touching on each other.
Not everybody's naked. Okay, now leave it to me. George, you're going to love this story. Okay, so we roll in the 72 Winnebago carrying 26 Segways, by the way. So, like, of course, we're the coolest people. There's 54,000.
Hey, babe, I think we just lost you. Call back.
We're going to
Hello?
camp.
You there? You there? Hey.
I'm here.
Okay, sorry that the signal has to go all the way up to the satellite and come back down, and we're having a little atmospheric problem. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yes, I can hear you.
Keep going.
Can
Keep
you hear
going.
me?
Keep going. Where the segues? You ended with the 26 segues.
Okay, so we pull up with 26 Segways, and guess where I choose our camp?
Where?
Queen of Las Vegas Nightlife parks at the corner of 530 Gold, which is at the corner of the Kids Camp and Alcoholics Anonymous
What?
Camp.
Kids camp and
Alcohol
Alcoholics Anonymous are at Alcoholics Anonymous or at
And I'm across from
Burning Man?
AA and the Kids Camp. Really?
What?
And you're worried about me sending me upward on air. Seriously, actually, there's a guy butt naked on a bicycle going by. That guy's got to have some serious taint rash. Oh, Tyler.
Taint rash.
Can I get
Hashtag
the
taint
Bible?
rash.
Can I get the book here?
What's up?
I'm dying.
All right. Okay. Amanda, Michael, you ready for this?
Yes.
Yes.
Let me just tell you, on today's program, at 1 o'clock, you can go get your hair washed while drinking champagne.
I've heard about
and you
this.
rub your... You there?
Yeah.
So you can get your hair washed while you sip on champagne, and they shave your pussy.
Yes, I heard about this.
Whoa!
I've heard about this before. I swear to God.
Whoa!
They make it in different shapes. Yeah.
Hey,
Okay,
you know
there's
there's
a
one there's one
waterfall.
there's one anatomical
Last
problem
night.
with me going to this though.
I'm not going to it. There's people coming by last night, and they were talking to Tyler, and they're like, Tyler's like, so what are you up to tonight? Because we're, like, cooking dinner. We're, like, the only normal neighbors on the block. Come up, and they're like, oh, we're on our way to the orgy.
Oh my
We're
God!
going
my
to
Stop!
the orgy
Stop!
at
Are you for real? There's an
3:30
orgy? I thought they were kidding about that. For real?
Orgy Dome. It's called the Orgy Dome.
Whoa!
This is sounding better and better.
I know. We're
There's
having different
also-
opinions here. We have Skrillex and an orgy dome. Sounds like excess on a Sunday
Yes.
night.
There's Psychics 101.
There's what?
There's the Queer Temple.
The queer.
Lots of gays out here.
Okay.
Everybody's very nice. Like, they're so giving, and you don't judge. The one thing I have learned out here so far is you just be nice. You do not judge. Okay, granted, I did meet the richest people here. Sounds good, by the way.
No
Just
judgment.
flew in. Just everybody's really like, you don't judge somebody for being 5 pounds overweight, or if they need their roots touched up, or if their nails aren't done. Just everybody's very giving and just like handing you. And by the way, I have not seen drugs here.
You haven't
For the
seen
record.
drugs there.
They're
Okay.
there.
Seen drugs.
Yes.
And again, I'm like,
So
how are
obviously
they
you've been
doing
wearing
that?
sunglasses or
But you don't even
blinders.
go out until
They're
the night
there.
falls. Really,
Okay.
it's so hot.
All right. So everything's going good with the guy you're in the RV with. You have the Segways. You said you're in between
Yes.
the child park and the Alcoholics Anonymous
Yes.
part. Okay. Good. That
Yes.
although there could be a little
I'm at
conflict of
the
interest
corner
there.
of it.
Zone.
I'm currently standing outside naked in a crocheted outfit.
Wait, you're naked in a crochet.
hiking
Okay.
boots on.
Well, can you give us? Why don't you give us a PG-13 photo, and then we'll put it up on IG,
Of course.
and then
Absolutely.
we'll work through that. By the way, your event.
You know, there's probably like 1,000 displays and concerts that go on everywhere. It's an art car show. Everyone's playing music. I'm looking at a gigantic Converse tennis shoe driving by me right now.
Oh, I have several of those.
A Converse tennis shoe.
Yes.
It's just an expression of creativity. I will be back here every year. George, it's on your bucket list to come.
Yes,
and
it
I'm
is.
taking you.
George and I are
Next
both
year.
gonna, George and I are both going to get laser hair removal,
Yes, we are.
and then we're going to go out to Burning Man together. I don't mind being
All
naked.
you
I
have
look
to do is
amazing,
just lay
but I don't know
out,
if
darling.
it's appropriate.
Your pubes will fry right off.
Say that again.
It's hot.
It's hot. Yeah,
So
I
it's
imagine.
pretty nice, though.
Okay.
We've got an ice maker in our RV. We're not roughing it too bad. However, the electricity doesn't work all the time.
Oh, okay. That's,
I am roughing it. You guys would be very proud of me.
well, as long as there's a place to go to the bathroom. Go ahead.
You know what? I've got to find an orgy tonight. I've got to.
Then that is the
report that before
Facebook
this is
quote of the
over.
day. I have to find an orgy
Have to
tonight.
find an orgy.
Tiffany Masters. That is going up on Facebook here really quick. I've noticed you're a little bit more liberal. Like it seems like the inhibitions, the very, very few inhibitions that you had while you were here in Clark County they seem to have left you now that you're out there at Burning Man.
You know what's really interesting about that, Michael? The only thing that I really want to do that's against the law here is when you've got to pee, you just want to pee out in the middle of the desert.
Yes, of course.
It's considered a sexual offense, and you will be prosecuted as a sexual offense.
Yes, I've
if
heard
you
this.
Pee.
Pee out there.
Yes,
So weird.
everybody is fucking naked anyway.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't understand that.
Well, I do because there's a section on Brazzers.com for people who pee out in public. It's they pay $4.99 a minute to watch that, so that's why it's a sexual offense.
I'm currently looking at a dust tornado that looks like a tornado straight out of Vegas, like out of Kansas.
Oh yeah,
The winds here go up to 70 miles per hour.
I've been there.
I got stuck in a dust storm on my way to go see the Burning Man. That's still like the man. We were on a boat last night that had over 1,000 people on it, this gigantic-looking yacht, and a man fell through the roof. They had to stop it. This is 5 miles long. It's insane.
Wow, I'm sold. I'm down to go next time. Is there any way that you can go and not go for 7 days though?
It's the most beautiful experience I've ever had around the world.
Really?
It's the most beautiful experience.
Wow, that's saying
ever
a lot.
I've had. And I travel internationally.
Yeah, that's saying a lot. Wow, so that's the most beautiful thing. Yeah, okay. Well, you know what? I was thinking of I think the three of us in here were all thinking like just like weird orgies and dysentery and like there's nowhere to pee and like there's no people run out of food and like that's what it was like. But apparently you're saying that it seems pretty orbally and
we're
utopian.
only on day what, Tyler? What is this? Day 4?
You don't even know what day it is. That means that's how you know you're having a good time. By the way, today is Wednesday. I don't know if you're aware.
Every 3 blocks are porta potties, but they're coming through with machines, constantly cleaning them out.
Okay.
They've got water trucks that run around, but we're just at the beginning of mayhem. By the end of this, with 54,000 people trying to leave this place all in the same day, we will feel like that Armageddon. The best way to describe this is if you could think of Mad Max and
Yeah.
EDC
No,
combined.
that's exactly what I was thinking it would like. Mad Max, where it's all dusty and everybody's just riding in convoys of cars.
You gotta wear
Yeah.
hand goggles and your masks because there's a dust storm every day. It's freezing cold at night,
Yes.
and I'm standing outside in the burning sun to get reception on this satellite phone
Mhm.
to be able to call in. It's really nice. I mean, to be in such bad conditions, to see how people just put a smile on their face, and they're very nice. We've got like postmen that come by and they pick up out of your mailbox and
Really?
deliver it to the other side of camp.
There's mail.
Yeah.
Mail? They got mail? Stop it, girl.
We've got
writing mail?
mail. We've got mechanics. We have a newspaper that's delivered every day.
Newspaper.
This is like another
Yes,
world.
it's
What
a
it sounds to
fully
me like
functioning city.
somebody is trying to design a week-long utopia. That's what it feels like.
Well, that's what it is. It is a week-long utopia. It is a city that does not exist, and the moral of them is leave no trace. And what's the whole Burning Man thing? It's all about love. It's one love. Do unto others as do unto yourselves. You know, you take care of everyone around you. Somebody asks for directions, you figure it out for them.
Yes. I love it, man.
It's a world, you know, like I love my Vegas and I love you guys, but I'm in no rush to go back. I feel like I'm home. When you pull in, everyone says welcome home and they hug you. It is. It's a world of utopia, Michael. You said it right.
That sounds amazing.
No judgment.
Well, we actually talked about at the event on Sunday, by the way, which actually turned out to be a fantastic event. A bunch of people showed up, and we talked for 3.5 hours, and we talked about you a lot because we miss you and we love you. Yeah, I knew it was going to go 3 hours.
Oh, I miss you guys and love you.
Yes.
Did a lot of my bucket listers go?
Yes, I mean it was packed. It was full of people, and Nina wants to have another one very soon. For those of you out there listening, last Sunday from 7 to 9 at the Foundation Room, we had an open discussion on dating. It's just me on a microphone, and I didn't do most of the talking. I tried to let everybody else do the talking. One of the coolest things, I think you would enjoy this. I know you would enjoy this, Tiffany, because you read that book, Why Women Have Sex, by Dr. David Buss. I'm sorry, by Dr. David Buss and Cindy Meston.
And Cindy.
Yes. So one of the best things about that was that how many different reasons there were for women to have sex. So I had every woman in the room explain, what are you thinking during sex? And the first woman would say, well, you know, I have a hard time having an orgasm. And the woman behind her is like looking at her crazy, like, what do you mean you have a hard time orgasm? And then the girl behind her is like, yeah, I come like 8 times and all I can think about is being in the moment. And then the next girl's like, well, I just want to please my husband. And then the next girl's like, well, I just want to keep my man. And then the next girl's like, well, I just really, really like sex. And it was really enlightening for the women in the room to actually hear that they're not all the same. And then we asked all the men, what are you thinking about during the sex? And all the guys were like, just sex. We're just thinking about sex.
Would you say that predominantly, did we have more guys at my class or more women?
It was 50-50. Well, I mean, it probably would have been more women, but I invited some of the immersion guys. So 4 of the immersion guys showed up.
So we had like 25-year-olds and we had cougars.
Yes, so there were definitely some cougars. What'd you say?
That's awesome.
Yeah, so it was definitely a really awesome deal. Alyssa Sawaya was there. She helped out a lot, and then also Nina actually came in and talked for a long time about her sex life because she is a woman who's older and does not want monogamy, and so she's talked about that a lot. Mike Miller was in there, and he was very, very blunt about liking to have sex with lots of women, and a lot of the women in the room were actually taken aback by his honesty, so it turned out to be a fantastic
Who
discussion.
said that he was a whore?
He's not a whore. He just likes to sleep with whoever he wants to sleep with. His name my buddy Michael Miller. No, Sancho wasn't there. It was Michael Miller, my buddy Michael Miller.
Fuller?
You don't know him.
Previously from Nine Group?
No. You do not know this guy. His name is Michael Miller, and I'll introduce you to him when you get back to Las Vegas.
Actually, I hear Oakenfold is playing out here, so maybe Mike Fuller's here.
No idea. We don't know who that is, but I believe you. You there?
You don't know who Oakenfold is?
I do know who Oakenfold is. Yes.
Oh, okay.
So have you met any other wonderful men while you're out there?
Amanda, I have one rule. We really don't talk about DJs on my show. It's about sex and social media. So
I'm down with that.
Well, one of the reasons we had Amanda on the show is she has 73,000 Instagram followers.
Right.
And yeah, you have 73 as of today. And we're actually we talked about this the other day about how girls will sometimes flip-flop each other's accounts in order to grow Instagram followers.
Awesome. Amanda, when I get back, let's swap Instagram. Let's swap Instagram for a day.
Yes.
Because I'm brand new to the IG family.
Yes, it's a beautiful thing.
I need to use it more, especially out here. Is it legal to have nudity by any chance if I put this on Instagram?
No, you cannot put nudity on Instagram, but you can put it on Twitter.
Yes, you can.
I can tweet it?
Yeah, Twitter is the Wild West. Yes. Twitter, affirmative.
Oh, awesome.
Instagram,
you
negative.
Know what I learned, Michael?
What's up?
I learned that you can be 80 and your balls don't always hang down to your knees.
Yeah, you know what? This is what I mean. Like, you've lost all inhibition. I don't understand. Like, there was like a very small filter, and it's completely
balls down
gone.
to my knees. I didn't say I was with balls down to their knees.
Yeah, you had balls down to
looking around.
Uh-huh.
I love it.
They've got like raves, and we were delivering a Segway this morning to some guys that came in from Dubai, multi-millionaires that had to order all this. We're in there. But on our way, you turn left. You never know what you're going to see. Oh, it's called Celestial Bodies. And there are probably, I don't know, maybe 200 all naked people.
Wow.
But I split up.
You what?
I'm in a Segway. I will run over your toe and much, much more. Get out of my way. But you know what? Nobody has hit on me. It's not like that at all. I'm in more danger trying to get into Marquee with somebody grabbing my ass than here.
That's
It's
awesome.
beautiful. George, is there another time that we can call into the show this week? I'm going to give you an update, but right now I've got somebody bringing me some fresh incense.
Oh my God.
So you want to do
Girl,
one more call?
That's not an instant. No, she means for probably a different show.
Okay.
Is there
Yeah,
another
we'll
show?
try to get you on something else. Give us an update.
Are you sure that's incense?
No,
That's not
they're
opium?
Taking them. You know what? The drug patrol was so big. They were shaking down everybody.
Oh, they had the
outside
the
here.
drug dogs
It
out
took some
there.
people 3 days.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely. So.
Well, there will be. I'll let you.
So
Everybody,
anyway,
all the listeners.
you
Wait, hold on.
feel like you're on
All-
drugs driving through.
All the listeners, if you're coming with us on the singles cruise to New Orleans in December, you should come with me. You want to come? Let's
No.
go. Singles cruise.
No.
If you're coming, there will be a drug dog when you get on that boat as well. So do not get any funny ideas, because I've been on 13 cruises so far, and every time there's always a drug dog, and every time somebody gets arrested or thrown in the brig.
You gotta shove it somewhere.
Yeah, so you got to be careful when you go do stuff like that when you travel.
Have it somewhere.
You
Yeah,
have to.
definitely, you and I are going to switch Instagrams for a day.
Yes.
I'll put up all my Burning Man crazy stuff, and then we'll switch and let's just fuck people up. I'll save my pictures. We'll switch on Instagram, and then boom. They'll be like, what the hell is
hold on,
that?
Tiffany. You and I need
It
to
is
switch
a horn
first.
out of somebody's butt with the tiger feet. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if the
tonight
horn out of
I
somebody's
am
butt's going to make my
decorating
Instagram.
our Segways with tinfoil.
Yes. Well,
And I'm making my pasties out of tinfoil. I'm doing this right.
wait, hold on. Pasties. What do you need pasties for? That would involve some sort of clothing.
Because I can't go naked.
Okay. Wasn't it you that asked me the question when we were at Wolfgang Puck the other day? How big is a big nipple? Wasn't that you who asked me that?
Those would be like the rims off the wheels. I would need rims off my wheels for those kind of pasties.
Wow.
Wow. But yeah, it's dusty, it's hot, it's beautiful. It comes alive at night, and it is the biggest art show I've ever seen. I mean, they've got like a telephone booth that says, what does it say? Talk to God. And there's a lot of people that are like all put together.
Can you please get a photograph of that? Can you get a picture of that?
Talk to God.
I want to get a pic. Can we get a picture of the photo booth with people trying to talk to God? That's amazing. I like that idea a lot.
Yes. Okay, so you wanted to see Biggie and Tupac, and you wanted a picture
Yeah.
of
If they're
Talk to
there, I'm not
God.
sure. Maybe I misread it. I thought that they thought they had some kind of show like that. But if they have Skrillex there, that sounds like they're in my my demographics. So that's fantastic.
Well, they're not advertising a lot. Actually, there was a rumor that Paris Hilton was coming, and I was like, everyone will leave Burning Man if Paris Hilton is performing here. Are you freaking kidding me? So we heard that was a rumor. It's great because we've got Teddy from Marquee and Tao out here. He's performing tonight doing his fire stuff. We have Scarlett that is out of New York City. They're with the Cyclone group, which that's the group I'll be joining next week. Their outfits are fantastic. I'm talking they probably spend like $3,000 in outfits for a night.
Wow. You know what? Then I think I'm going to
it's
just
just-
save money next year and go naked.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be like this brown Colombian man running around everywhere hugging people if they're pretty. I mean
Yeah.
everyone.
I've got Alibaba going right now. There's a guy in like a Harry Potter thing with glasses, like Back to the Future. That's another thing too. It's like Back to the Future. Oh, we see somebody skydiving in.
Someone skydiving
Two
in.
people skydiving in. What happens is the plane goes over, and if you can skydive in, you don't have to pay for a ticket to get into Burning Man. And they're actually coming in right now on parachutes.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean,
There's four
it's
people
kind of hard to
above my
enforce that
head.
rule if you skydive in. Yeah, no, I agree. I like that. I like that. That sounds pretty fun. I think that's what I'll do next year. Then I'm going to skydive into Burning Man.
Have you ever done that? Is it your bucket list?
Skydiving is definitely on my bucket. I've sort of skydived when I was in the Air Force, but it wasn't
You're
like.
from the Air Force.
I
How
know.
can you not
I know.
have
So
this
we have this. We have this cool objective in the Air Force where we try to not crash the plane.
So you skydiving in naked though?
No, in naked.
Yeah.
I don't know. There might be some wind burn.
Oh, I don't think they're naked. We gotta look. See them all skydiving in. If they're naked, I will update you all. But I'm gonna let you go right now because I'm getting a suntan line because of you.
I love you, Tiffany
I'm
Masters.
having to stand in the middle of a road to get satellite service.
Tiffany
And
Masters,
I'm done. Enjoy the show today.
you are my Buddha.
Love
you.
guys.
Bye.
You are my Buddha, Tiffany Masters. I love you. Goodbye. Awesome. That was surreal. So we got an update from there. I'm a little bit like I honestly thought, George. I really thought it was going to be starvation and pestilence. Like I really thought that's what 8 days out there.
You've never heard about it before?
No, I've heard of it. I've heard it, but like
Everyone that goes always says it's like the best experience.
Really?
ever. That it's like life changing, and they all come back like so free. And
okay,
Mhm.
all right.
I've
So
actually heard about
I've
it
never
years
been.
ago.
All right,
When
I
we
think-
always go.
huh?
I've actually heard about it years ago. I
Yeah.
lived back in Pennsylvania when it first started up, and they're like, "This is it's life changing." They say.
that's what they all
I've
say.
been wanting to go, just never made it yet. So next year, that's what I'm going to do.
Let's go. Let's all go together, and I guess we can maybe broadcast from there. And,
I'm sure we probably can find some kind of
check
connection.
it out. I'm excited. Are you going to go on the singles cruise in December with Amanda and me?
I
I'm
don't
not
know.
going. That sounds like a nightmare.
Why are you not going to go? Have you been
I
on a singles
hate New
cruise?
Orleans.
Really?
I do. I like Mardi Gras,
Yeah.
but I don't like going there.
It's 3 nights in New Orleans, and then we go on
And
a
it's a
cruise,
cruise?
to like Mexico.
no, I
and
don't
where
like
are we going?
cruises either. No.
Antigua.
I think Antigua.
Yeah, like a bunch of places like that. So,
Well,
all right,
fun.
all right. All right. Well, anyway, so we heard from Tiffany. I have Amanda on here for a reason. This show is about social media, sex, relationships, dating, and Las Vegas, and nobody knows more about that than her. So I'm glad that I have her on there. Not only has she grown, her social media, her following, but she also has dealt with the ups and downs of dating in this city. So have I. But
Yeah.
you really like hearing it from her firsthand. So one of the really cool things about having, I have a lot of female friends, is I ask them for advice, honest advice on things.
Mhm.
When you are dating a girl and you ask her for her opinion on something, she may change it a little bit just to not hurt your feelings. One of the things I love about Amanda is she doesn't care about hurting anybody's feelings. She is bluntly honest, and she is not disillusioned about why she likes people. She told me one time, we were sitting there eating in the middle of the night. I asked her, why did you like this guy versus this guy? And she goes, I don't know, I just chase a feeling. That was the most honest answer I've ever heard from a woman about why she likes someone, because usually what I hear is I see some really super good-looking guy who's kind of an asshole, and the girl's like, well, he's really good with his mom, or he loves puppies, or she rationalizes in her mind why she likes him, whereas Amanda's really honest about why she likes him. Also, guys, the video on michaelsartain.com called Signs You Might Be a Creeper, a lot of those screenshots came from her. And then, of course, her and I did a video together called Signs or Reasons That You Might Be Single. And it just broke some odd thousand. Like, it blew up recently where a bunch of people have been watching that video. I don't know if you've seen it, but it's like quadrupled in views since like maybe last month. So check that video out. She gives an Emmy-nominated performance in that video where she says that her boyfriend breathes air and she hates air, and then she spits on the ground. It's absolutely fantastic. So tell me a little bit about your first experiences with social media. So let's say maybe go back to 07, 09 when you first started. Like, how did it affect you? How did it change for you? Did you notice you got a lot of attention immediately?
07, I was out of high school, so it wasn't that big then.
Okay.
Just Facebook, right? And then when I moved to Vegas, it started to get bigger.
Yeah.
I feel like Instagram is the thing that made it the most different for me, at least.
Where do you see most of your interaction?
Instagram
Yeah.
or Facebook. I don't know. I get a lot of messages on Facebook.
Yeah.
A lot of private messages.
Okay.
So I don't know.
Okay, here's a cool question. So this will probably persuade or dissuade a bunch of guys here. Have you ever gone on a date with somebody that messaged you on Facebook?
Like they asked me out on a date on Facebook
Yeah.
and I went? No.
Have you ever met up with somebody that you met on Facebook? You're
My-
smiling. Uh-oh. This is a bad story here.
No, a lot of people that I've actually hung out with or became friends with is because I knew of them first on Facebook.
Yes. So
But then I don't hang out with anyone until I meet them in person. I
Right.
consider everyone mostly like a creep until I meet them.
So the term
Honestly.
for the term for that in psychology is called mere exposure. So this happens pretty frequently where the majority of so every once in a while, not every once in a while, pretty much every week, someone comes up to me, says hi to me, and I realize that person and I have never actually met.
Yeah.
And but we feel like we've met because we have seen each other's posts and seen each other's face so many times that there's this familiarity. So there's part of your brain, the file in your brain that for me it says Amanda Lumaju, a lot of it's filled with some of the stuff that she puts on social media, and I imagine I was there, or I feel like I was there, or part of the conversation, or I was like, I know that about her, but I don't remember where. And that's what ends up happening. This happens to me pretty frequently. I went to my friend Vicky Burns' birthday party the other night at SDK, and there were several people there that I had never actually met in person before, but they knew exactly who I was, and we talked like we'd been friends for a long time, kind of mere exposure. So I think she's bringing up a good point. Fellas, if you're out there listening, social media is not meant for you to like meet and seduce and then go on dates with women. It's supposed to supplement, not complement your persona. So you need to have a cool persona in person, and then your social media is there to create trust and familiarity, and then they'll be more likely to talk to you. If it's just social media, like she said, she just assumes it's a creep. Obviously, what percentage of the people who write you on Facebook do you respond to?
What percentage?
Yeah, like
5.
1%, 5%.
Maybe. No. Yeah, 5.
So you would
5%.
so to meet somebody like you, it would probably be much more likely to run in cool circles in Las Vegas and meet you in person, as opposed to trying to meet you on social media.
Trying to meet me on social media is not going to happen.
That's exactly. She brought up the point exactly the way I was thinking.
I can recognize your name or something like that from social media, but I'm not going to talk to you because of that.
Yes.
I'd have to meet you through a friend and then see,
Again, meet you through a friend, and
But that doesn't mean hit up my friends and try to meet me
Right,
like that, because
exactly.
people try that too, and that's even
so
more annoying.
3 hour talk I gave the other day for the immersion guys over at Real Social Dynamics, and the whole thing I was trying to explain to them is have female friends, because two things are going to happen. Number one, they're going to introduce you to female friends, which you'd like that to happen. But number two, they're going to calibrate you. So the thing is, in my whole life, if I become a famous actor and I live to be 70, I will still never get hit on as much as Amanda got hit on from the time she was 18 to the time she was 21. In my whole life. When you think about it, 10 times a night would you say you get hit on? How many times a night would you say and you get some sort of advance when you go out to a club? You're smiling because it's like 25.
No, because for everyone that actually knows me,
Uh-huh.
I don't like to get hit on. I'm really rude to people. when
No,
they hit
you
on me
are.
in the club.
I know.
I'm just because it's annoying. I don't want to sound rude, but when you can't even walk anywhere without someone trying to grab you or talk to you, buy you a drink, spill their drink all over you, just trying to get your attention, it's so annoying.
Exactly. So
It's so annoying.
So that's the point I'm trying to make is but at the same time, as women, they're much more socially savvy than we are. They can pick up on things quicker than we can. And then in the case, like she's saying, if you come up the same way that everybody else does, cold approach, then a lot of times for a girl, because a lot of times you're going to be surrounded by other guys that you know, and a rope and security guards at a table, right? If you don't know anybody there, you're going to get put out really quick.
Yeah.
If you do, then that's the easiest way to meet people. And the reason why I'm trying to my whole goal in life, the reason why I became a dating coach was not to help men become whores. The reason why I became a dating coach was to get rid of creeps. Men are creepy, and it doesn't help men to be creepy, and it doesn't help women for men to be creepy. And you don't have to be creepy. The reason why men sometimes come off as creepy is because they are miscalibrated. They are not congruent with their personality. And all you have to do, that's the reason, I hang around a lot of women, and they tell me that's not appropriate to wear those socks, to wear that shirt, to talk to somebody that way. You're too loud. They can calibrate me in ways that I didn't realize that I was screwing up before. Tiffany is an example. Danica is an example. Amanda is an example. Where something happened. So that's one of the things that I want to express to those people out there, especially the gentlemen. Have female friends. A lot of guys out there, they get hurt by a woman, and she puts them in the friend zone, and then from that point on, they're like, I never want to be friends with girls because she puts me in the friend zone. That's like insulting. It hurts their ego. You should seek out women to be friends with. Trust me. Think about this. If you had 100 female friends and you had a birthday party and like 20 females showed up, do you really think you're going to have that hard of a time? Like, someone's going to choose you. These women are having sex with someone. And there's 20 of them and there's you. Like, the numbers will work out that way. I truly believe, and I don't mean to depress anybody, but I believe that 20% of the men have sex with 80% of the women, and I believe the 80-20 rule happens that way. I really do. In that case, as a man, do you want to be part of the 80% that like ends up having to settle, or do you want to be part of the 20% that has options and has choice? And that's kind of where this difference lies. The difference lies in status, social circle, sense of humor, things like that, and being socially calibrated. Some of the strengths, some of the high points and low points of you with social media in this city.
Oh, the high points?
Uh-huh.
Oh my God, with social media. The low points is all the negativity.
Right.
People read stuff on the internet, or they see you, they think things of you, which is fine because they don't know you. But when people read stuff a certain amount of times, they think it's true. That's
Right.
annoying. And social media, it's all around the world, so you can see it from anywhere.
Yes.
So it just spreads like that, and that's pretty annoying. But there's good things about it too. Like, I can make money off social media.
Yeah,
I get free clothes.
That's what I was going to say. I've seen you had a lot of opportunities. I mean, every time I talk to you, you're doing a modeling shoot somewhere. And how much
that's
is that?
a lot from social media. People
Yeah,
see
that's
your
what I would imagine.
pictures, and it spreads like that.
They already know you look good on camera, and they want you for their portfolio.
Yeah,
so.
then Instagram, a lot of people send me free clothes and all sorts of stuff. It's just, who doesn't want free stuff?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Especially
so.
me. I love clothes. If I don't have to
Who
buy it, I'll
doesn't
take
want
it.
free stuff? Amanda Lomaju.
Seriously.
I'm one of the 3 people on the planet who can say her last name correctly. She's not one of them, actually. She doesn't know how to say her name correctly.
Okay.
Yeah. So you were saying before, somebody stealing your profile, stealing your picture, stealing
that
your
happens
necklace.
all the time.
So the most recent thing you were talking about with Kick?
Yeah. Some guy was writing me, and he's like, someone's giving me your phone number, but it's a fake profile. I said, okay, what's the number? He gave it to me, and I was like, well, that's not my number. And then I was like, who is this person contacting you? So he gave me their Kick, which is new, because normally it's fake Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, stuff like that. But Kick, that was something new. So I found the person, and it was my name. Instead of the L, it was like a period. And then it was like Hamadou, like at the end. It looked so weird. So I wrote them, and I was like, hi, why are you stealing my pictures and giving out a number saying it's my actual number when it's not? And she wrote me back saying how I'm a creep and I'm crazy and I'm pretending to be her, and if I don't stop, she's gonna call Catfish.
So she
almost died. I was like walking by the mirror, like she had me confused, thinking like I was
like,
doing
am I
something.
myself? I'm pretty sure
Yes.
I'm myself. And I wrote after that. I saw the
JoJo was there with
screenshot.
me, and we were sitting there like dying laughing. We're like, it was so unreal. To me, I'm the real person.
So
clearly.
someone
She had me
stole
doubting
stole
myself.
her profile and her identity on Kick, and then blamed her
saying
for
I'm the
being
phony.
the catfish.
Yes, and I was like thinking. She had me like questioning myself. I
That's-
don't know. It was weird.
I see it
So
all the time.
weird.
Like you guys always screenshot when there's fake profiles and tell people,
People
to block
message
them.
them to me on
Yeah.
Facebook and stuff like that. They'll be like, "This person's trying to talk to you," and then normally I'm blocked, so I can't see them.
Right.
So I can't really, but I can post it. People can report it and try to get rid of it, but it doesn't really work.
Have you tried Tinder?
I got on there for 5 minutes. It was horrible, and I deleted it.
Yeah.
I was just curious. I was just swiping away. There was nothing good about that for me. There is just nothing good about that. Oh my god.
Different-
and then
hey.
people were messaging me on Facebook. I saw you on Tinder. I'm like, oh my god, I can't. I had to delete it.
Yeah. That's interesting.
It was horrible.
Yeah, I've seen that a lot where girls will swipe right because they're interested in what's going on.
No,
with
I
the guy.
didn't find one. I didn't
They're-
find one.
They're interested in what's going on, but they'll swipe right and then they'll realize I don't really like this guy. But like there's enough.
Well, do they
info-
actually meet them?
No, but see, there's enough info on
Oh, to see.
Tinder to where they have common interests or some common friends or whatever.
Yeah.
And then they're like they can find the Facebook profile. And then in this city, it's like if you work at Hakkasan or if you work at Liquid or whatever,
Yeah.
like it's not that hard to find
Well, I
you.
never used it in this city. When I downloaded it, I was in Miami for the month.
Okay.
So I was like thinking, ooh, this is going to work because Miami, like I think guys would be hot there and I don't know
Colombian
them.
drug dealer.
I don't know them. I feel like Vegas
Yeah.
is a bubble. You already know of everyone.
Yes.
So like who's left?
Yeah,
It's
every
like,
match
there's
that
no
I've got,
one
every
left.
match I've got on Tinder, I just swipe right because they're my friends. Like because I agree with you. Like
Yeah.
this is not that
so
big. of a
I
city.
never even used it here. I think it's kind of pointless.
Yeah, it's different for different
For
people.
me.
I've seen some people end up, but see the randomness of it, I think, makes it work for some people. I go through
Mm-hmm.
100, maybe 200 swipe lefts before I find one swipe right. But I'm very
Yeah,
picky.
but that's too much work for me.
yeah,
I
it is a
can't.
lot of work.
I
It
don't
is.
care.
Any other thing? You never used OkCupid, never used Match,
I don't
anything
even
like
know.
that?
No.
No. That's interesting. So it's a
No,
very
I'm not
different-
desperate to find
no,
somebody.
no, it's
I don't
not. There's
wanna-
nothing desperation.
No, I know,
It's
I
very,
know.
So
but
so
I
so
haven't used
so
that.
here's the thing.
I feel like those will be fake profiles too.
Right. Some of them are. So here's the thing. Like, so if you do use Match or OkCupid or whatever, the difference is honestly, like, if you live in an environment like here where you meet people and you have to be social, there's nothing wrong with Match or OkCupid. The thing about it is they're trying to match you on similarities. They're trying to match you on different things like that, and you're not so much into the excitement and just meeting someone who just like takes your breath away. It's a different kind of vibe. Whereas in Vegas, it's hard to not notice how attractive the people are here, and it becomes distracting. And sometimes it can get
Yeah.
you in trouble. Sometimes they're just too attractive, and you just kind of don't even notice whatever else is going on.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about dating here. Tell me about, and you go to Los Angeles pretty often also, right?
Yeah, I do.
Is there something you don't want to talk about?
I'll talk about whatever. I'm up for whatever. I don't care. I have no shame.
In generalities, what has been your experience? Okay, so there's going to be two things. Number one is, what have you seen to be successful and not successful? And then the other thing is, what would you recommend guys stop doing and do more of?
Okay, they could stop cheating.
They could stop cheating.
That's a good start.
Okay.
I don't know. It's just dating here is just so bad. It's like a nightmare.
Okay.
It really is, because everyone lies, or they either like to gamble a lot, they like to drink a lot, they do a lot of drugs, they're in the industry, so they use, like, if they're a host or a girl guy or whatever, they always have the excuse of girls blowing their phone up.
Yes.
It's for work. It's for work. Well, sometimes it's not for work. If 400 guys, not that they don't, are blowing me up, you're not going to like that. But the girls need them to get in the club, and they need the girls, like, it goes back and forth. But they just always have excuses.
They have this
for
built-in
everything.
excuse because of their job.
Yes, of course.
And
it's
for those
frustrating.
of you listening, the way it kind of works is when you start working in a nightclub, at first you are a promoter who just gets people in. Then she said a girl guy. A girl guy is kind of a hybrid host and promoter. And then a host, which basically just does bottle service. And in all cases, you have to be super social. You have to be out at night. You have to dress up super nice. You have to be very nice. And attractive women are currency. The more attractive women that you as a host, girl guy, or promoter bring into the club, the better you look for your boss, and the worse you look to your girlfriend. So it's kind of a conflict of interest.
Yeah.
So what are some things that you do like about this city?
I like a lot of things about Vegas. I don't know. It's just the dating thing is probably the worst thing, and the fake people. Those are
Yeah.
the things I don't like about Vegas the most. Everything else I like.
So it honestly, and you probably don't remember this, Amanda. It probably took me a year before Amanda and I started having like real deep conversations, because you were like, I would go on
I
dates.
am very like.
I would go
standoffish
go
person.
on dates, and my dates, and I'd always introduce them to Amanda. And Amanda, which some of you are like, what the fuck are you doing that for? That's really stupid. And Amanda would give them the dirtiest looks, but she doesn't know she's doing it.
I'm a very standoffish person. I keep to myself and to my close friends. That's it. That's
You're
just
like,
how I am. But people think I'm rude
Your
because of
friend,
it. And
your friend Amanda is so rude. But here, I mean,
Yeah.
the other side of that is that when I really did get to know her, I
Mm-hmm.
actually got to know her, like the real her, not the persona.
Yeah.
And then we kind of had, obviously she gets a lot more crazy stuff written about her on social media than I do, but I did too. And when it happened to me, and I had some false negative publicity out there, she was one of the first people that I went to and talked to about it. And there's not a whole lot that you can do about it. I mean, it's happened to Tiffany also. And the thing is, if they're talking bad about you, you're doing something right. Obviously. I mean, if seriously, if there was nobody saying anything bad about you, because that's one thing that women do. They get jealous and they mate guard, and they don't like the fact that there are other women out there that are competitive. I had a friend of mine. She just wrote on Facebook the other day. She's super, very attractive, long blonde hair, big fake boobs, tiny little waist, and she goes picks her son up or her daughter up from daycare, and the other mothers are looking at her like, hell no, like daddy's not coming here to pick up. Nuh-uh, not with this girl running around. That's just how women are. That's it's one of the mechanisms that they have, is that they try to protect the man that's in their life.
Yeah.
What about what advice would you give? Okay, what advice would you give for women who move here that are just moving? Oh, you know what? Let's get even more general. So our audience is a lot. It's from maybe early 20s to late 40s,
Okay.
men and women that want advice about dating. What would you say? So you could go back to when you first moved here from Florida. She's from Florida, but she's a Dallas Cowboys fan, just like me.
Yep.
If you what advice would you give somebody when they first move here to maybe make things a little bit smoother and easier? To a woman. Let's start with women first.
Okay, well, I don't know. You have to be a little guarded. Like when I first moved here, I was a little more innocent in the way I was naive.
Yeah.
I thought that everyone, because I'm from Florida, so that's where I grew up. All the people I knew, I met new people, but it was mostly the same
Yes.
people throughout my life. So when I moved here, I thought that everyone here was going to be the same as the people there. Like I thought they were going to want to know me for me, and they were going to like just be more genuine. And then I come to find out that's not the case at all. Like I had people, there was a group of friends that I hung out with. The girl's boyfriend, like he would hook up with other girls. I never hooked up with him at all. Like there's no way. But I was her friend, and he became interested in me and like wanted me to be one of the girls that hooked up with them. And she drugged me behind my back, and I had no idea. Like I thought this girl was my friend. She did it because she wanted me to like freak out and not hang out with him anymore.
Wow.
So she like sabotaged me because she didn't want her
I think
boyfriend
I do
to be
remember.
interested
I think
in
I
me.
remember you telling me the story.
And
wow.
that was a crazy experience. Like this wasn't a new friend. This was someone I hung out with for over like a year and a half, like all the time. And then when her boyfriend became interested in me, she got jealous without me even knowing about it, and she did that to me. That way I wouldn't come around anymore.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's
So that's when I learned, like, your friends are not always really going to
Yeah.
be your friends. They're out for themselves. And it's a city like this, more than anywhere else.
So
like
so
that.
there's two parts here. Like number one, there's again mate guarding. Women and men will do crazy things. 95% of homicides come from have something to do with a woman, a jealous man, and a woman. Like if you look up the statistics, it is very, very point blank. They don't come from robberies and stuff like that. They come from men being jealous. Jealousy is an urge that men and women get, and it's a very, very powerful urge. But the other thing is attraction is not a choice. It's not a choice. You don't experience it as a choice, and men who are attracted to you don't experience it as a choice. They don't. Now they may, the way cognitively it's not a choice. Behaviorally, they may choose to not hit on you, or they may choose a different way to do it. But like, for you told me this before. You said I chase a feeling. So when you are attracted to a guy, it's not something that you can help, is it?
No,
It just happens.
yeah, that's the thing that attracts me most to a person is the way I feel about them. It has nothing to do with their looks. It has nothing to do with their money or anything else. It's just the way that I feel when I'm with them. Like, I don't know. It's weird. Because that's the stuff that matters to me more. You know what I mean? You can hook up with someone hot. You get bored with that. You can have fun with someone. That's great. But what matters, what separates people is the way you feel when you're with a certain person.
George agrees. He's like, I'm tired of hooking up with somebody.
I totally agree on that one. Yeah.
I never hook
Seriously.
up with random people. I'm so picky.
Like
It's
George is
horrible.
like, I'm tired of these bitches hitting me up on
Oh,
Instagram all
constantly.
the
I
time.
get it. Yeah, constantly.
Like what? I'm sick of this shit. So talk about. Have you been able to quantify anything specifically about men that you find attractive? Usually, like the same thing you see over and over again.
Personality.
Yeah. Like what kind of personality?
I'm drawn to a little bit. I need someone entertaining.
Yes. you
I'm
do.
drawn to craziness a little.
I've
With my
met-
friendships, I cannot be bored. Like I'm a lot to handle, I guess. Anyways, you have to be a certain kind of person to handle me.
Yes.
So I need someone that like can keep up with me.
Yeah.
That keeps me interested. You know what I mean? A little bit of craziness, personality. That will keep me going. Everything
really?
else I'll get bored with.
So you need something, some entertainment, some fun that keeps you going and
Yeah.
it doesn't get tiresome.
Like
Okay.
maybe a naked man on a bike out at Burning Man.
I wouldn't get tired
that
of
would be
that.
entertaining for about 5 seconds.
Yeah. I wouldn't get tired of that until I ran
But
away.
I wouldn't date
in
that
fear.
person.
You wouldn't date them?
No, I don't think so.
Anybody super out of the ordinary, like you dated, you're like, there's no way I would like this guy. Have you ever? Here's another thing. Have you ever discovered that you like someone? So like you've known someone for a while, and then
oh
you
yeah,
just discovered.
that's how it happens most of the time.
Really?
Yeah, most of the guys I end up liking, I'll know them for like a year or so before, and they'll try to get with me, and I just am not interested in
That's
them
cra-
at all. And then I'll hang out with them one night. I'll have so much fun with them
Uh-huh.
that it'll kind of pick up from there, and then it'll happen.
So all the guys who are listening out there, think about what she just said. Like, think about you hanging out with an attractive woman and not being attracted to her, and then discovering that you were attracted to her. Like, that idea is so foreign to us. It really is.
Mm-hmm.
And for a woman, you have to understand, like, so much of it doesn't come from our physical appearance. So much of it does not come from our
It
physical
doesn't.
appearance and from our personality that it's very difficult because we can't feel that. Just imagine somebody says something to you, and then you get a really strong emotion that makes you feel a certain way. As a man, we don't feel it as much as women do, whereas with a man, we see a shape, we see facial symmetry, we see long hair, we see hip-to-waist ratio, we see boobs, we see nice legs, we see nice skin, we see signs of youth and fertility and things like that, and we're like, yes, I'm all about it. You don't believe me? Go look at Instagram. See who gets the most likes other than Dan Bilzerian. See who gets the most likes. Well, actually, Dan's got a bunch of girls like that on there, too. But that's the thing. Like, women, for men, we're talking about initially. You see how long? She said it took her a year.
No, the last 2 guys that I've dated, I knew them for a while. And
yeah.
when the first thing you see is someone's appearance. That's
yes.
what you see. And okay, cool, they're attractive. That doesn't do anything for me. There's so many beautiful people I see all the time. I don't even care. Like, that's good for them, but what does that matter to me? It doesn't matter to me.
Are there any turnoffs specifically? So you look at a Facebook or an Instagram profile and you're like, I don't like this guy because he posted a picture of this. Is there anything specifically you don't like?
Not really. No, me especially, because people can look on the internet about me. They're going to see a bunch of stuff they don't like.
Yeah.
So to me, the people.
So
on
guy,
social
what I'm
media-
saying is, so Tiffany always says shirtless guy. She doesn't like it. For me,
Oh, there's certain things when guys wear the sunglasses on the back of their head. I hate that. I hate that. Anyone that knows me, any friend of mine, any person that knows me is gonna know that I hate that. I hate that.
That's so awesome.
I
I'll
put them in a category in my head.
Yeah.
Douchebag category.
Yeah, I have.
I would never.
When I see a
hate
girl
it.
getting onto a private jet by herself, I always kind of have like,
She's a pilot.
yeah, she must be a pilot. She went and got that FAA certification. That must be what it is.
Yeah.
That always gives me a little bit of the creeps when I see that.
Mhm.
How long you saying we got? We got about 2 minutes.
Yeah, I got about 2 minutes left. Yep.
So can you? Your Instagram is Miss Lumajou.
Mhm.
If you look it up, it's MISSLHOME.
No,
MMEDIEU.
Woo!
That's right.
Damn.
Miss Lumajou. She is. She
job.
actually works at some of our events, Viva Vegas TV events. She's one of our Viva models. And you guys can check her out on Instagram there. We've done 2 videos together. Or well, one of them, I put her screenshots in the Signs You Might Be a Creeper. You should also check out the video called Reasons That You Might Be Single. It's funny because her and I were both single, and we had made this video, and it was so funny. Like it just flowed. We just knew exactly what it was. I got to tell you what our next video is going to be. It's going to be fucking hilarious. It's called Signs That Your Relationship Might Be in Trouble.
Oh.
And
I'm at that one.
yes, exactly. So we have a bunch more. Is there anything you want to promote particularly that you got coming up? Any shoots? Any magazine covers?
Nope.
Anything like that?
Nope.
No. She just looks pretty and makes money. That's what it is. That just comes rolling in. George, thank you.
Try.
Tiffany, stay safe. You know what I'm saying? Like I know everybody's butt naked, but you can still use a rubber. You don't have to be completely naked. We have a couple events you might be interested in. On my birthday, October 5th, we have an event called Anything But Clothes, ABC. You can show up, but you cannot wear clothes.
If I'm here.
But like you can wear pasty, like you can wear like a box or like a burlap sack, but it cannot be clothes. Anything but clothes. And then October 8th, I'm going to give a lecture on all the moons because it's the blood moon. They're going to have another lunar eclipse, and I'm going to
Another one?
Yeah, it's one every 6 months. We just happen to be in
Really?
this really strange phase. Yeah. So October 8th. By the way, October 8th, we're going to go out to Red Rock, and I'm going to give a lecture on all the moons in the solar system. This is Amanda Lumajou. So you guys check her out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and all that kind of stuff. And I'm Michael Sartain. Go to michaelsartain.com. And like if Tiffany was here, buck it and do it. So go jump out of a plane and get naked. We'll see you next week.
Bye.